The following is a presentation of the WOA Senior AA Men's Hockey League Playoffs. Hello everyone, I am Andrew Rogers, the voice of the Minto 81s, and this is a special presentation of the WOA Senior AA Men's Hockey League Playoffs. This is our preview show. We'll get you set for the series on the AA side and the A side, which begin on Friday. We start with the AA bracket in our first matchup, the number 1 seed Ripley Wolves and the number 8 seed Durham Thundercats. Ripley impressive 19-3 over the season. They scored a league high 125 goals, only allowing 50. They go up against the Durham Thundercats, who finished at 12-9-1. They went 190 in terms of goals for and goals against. For Ripley, you look for Garrett Mears, the top leading point scorer in the league this year. He had 48 points. Cody Britton with 32 as line mate, and a very good defensive presence in Jordan Turcotte. He finished with 29 points, all assists. On the Durham Thundercats side, they are going to have to contend with both of the Justin Grahams. Number 8 and number 22 led this team in scoring. Justin Graham, number 8, with 34, and Justin Graham, 22, with 32. Jake Brown was also very lethal. He had 29 points of his own. It should be a wonderful series. It gets underway, as mentioned, on Friday with game number 1 in Ripley at 8:30. It's followed up by game number 2 on Saturday, February the 8th at 3 o'clock in Durham. The rest of the schedule is there as you can see it. It should be a dandy of a matchup. Of note, Durham taking both games against the Ripley Wolves this year. We move to our second matchup in the AA bracket, and that is the Shelburne Muskies, the number 2 seed, going up against the number 7 Minto 81s. Shelburne finishing an impressive 17-5 on the season. They scored 95 goals and only allowed 71. Minto comes into the series 13-8-1. They scored 98 goals and allowed 87. Back on November the 19th, they only had 3 points, and they surged from there, finishing with 27 and the 7th seed. Luke Richardson leads the Shelburne Muskies into this matchup. He has 32 points. His line mates Jeff Brett with 25 and Jamie Bennett with 22 are going to be heavily relied on for Shelburne in this series. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Shelburne Muskies are going to have to contend with the Minto 81's top dominant line, and that features Adam Kowalik, Wade Pfeffer, and Zach Graham. Kowalik finishing second in league scoring with 45 points, Wade Pfeffer with 37 inside the top 5, and Zach Graham with 29. An impressive 2 points per game scoring average for him. This series gets underway on Saturday in Shelburne at 8 o'clock. It's followed by Game 2 Sunday, February the 9th at 7 o'clock in Palmerston. Our third series on the AA bracket is the 3 seed Saugeen Shores Winterhawks. They are going up against the number 6 Tillsonburg Thunder. It's the first time in the 12-year history that these two teams have met in the first round of the AA playoffs. Saugeen Shores at 16-6. They scored 101 times, allowed 64. On the other side, Tillsonburg 13-7-2. They scored 112 goals, allowing only 88. On the Saugeen Shores side, they had depth scoring all across. Blake Underwood led the team with 26, while Miles McLean come in with 24, and Connor Patton with 20. On the Tillsonburg side, they had plenty of scoring up front, and they have lots of dangerous offensive weapons. Ryan Stevenson led the team with 30 points, while Michael Rebry had 27. Scott Stafford came in at third with 24. This series will get underway on Friday in Port Elgin at the Plex at 8:30. It'll be followed up by on Saturday at 7:30 back in Tillsonburg. Of note, it's a scheduling and a commuter's nightmare, these two teams facing each other, as there's almost a 3-hour difference in between both Port Elgin and Tillsonburg, but it should make for a dandy of a series, no question about it. Our fourth and final series on the AA bracket is the 4th-seeded Clinton Radars and the 5th-seeded C4 Centenaires. Clinton at 16-6, they scored 121 times and allowed only 62, while C4th, very good on their own right, 15-5-2, scored 122 goals, one better than Clinton, and allowed 77. This is a offensive dream matchup between these two clubs. 143 goals combined. 243 goals combined. Max Campbell leads the Clinton Radars into this matchup. He had 36 points. Sean Conzit second on the team in scoring with 32, while Stephen Shipley was third with 25. On the C4 Centenaires, they're gonna rely heavily on their rookie, as they've done all year long, and he's risen to the occasion. Holden Lancic has led this team. He has 44 points. He had 44 points in the regular season. He will look to continue that pace in the playoffs. Rob Van Weinsberg, his teammate, 38 points, and Brady Whiffen, who was very impressive for Seaforth, 31 points of his own. Looks this will be an unbelievable matchup between these two teams. It gets underway on Friday in Clinton at 8:30. Game 2 goes Sunday, February the 9th in Seaforth at 7:30. Now, over on the A bracket side of things, we know our matchups there, of course, as well. We should mention number 9, Tavistock. They get the bye in the first round alongside 10-seeded Elora. They will automatically advance to round number 2 of the A side and await their opponents. Number 9 Tavistock will get the lowest seed left, while the number 10 Elora Rocks will get the highest seed remaining after round number 1. In that round, we have the 11 seed Milverton four-wheel drives. They go up against the 14-seeded Shallow Lake Crushers. Milverton at 5-13-4 really struggled to get that extra point in the overtime and shootout frames. They scored 83 goals and allowed 143. Dennis Dewar and Evan Bueller tied for the team lead in points with 20, while Curtis Ron from formerly of the Waterloo Siskins come over his first year in Milverton, and he scored 17. On the Shallow Lake Crusher side, they are very dangerous, and they've got a killer first line. Mackenzie Fleming led this team with 28, Captain Daniel Zweep with 25, and Justin McCrae added 10 on that line. They should be very dangerous for Shallow Lake. Don't look too much into the 2-19-1 record. They are much better than that record indicates. The series on the A side are best of 3 to start. Milverton and Shallow Lake will go Friday, February the 7th, so that's tomorrow at 8:30. That'll be followed up by the following Friday in Shallow Lake at 8:30 before Sunday, February the 16th, if necessary, a 2 o'clock game back in Milverton. We look at our final matchup in this preview show, and that is the number 12 seeded Petrolia Squires and the number 13 Lucknow Lancers. Petrolia 6-16-0. They had 78 goals for and 132 against. Owen Rogers led the team with 25 points, while Jesse Ferguson was in second with 22. On the Lucknow Lancer side, it was Cole Pellet with 13, Evan Ducharme with 12, and Greg Scott with 11. Cole Pellet, he is dangerous. He is a heck of a talent, having watched him play most recently in the final game of the season. He is dangerous when he has the puck and should be looked out for. They start on Friday at 8:30. That one goes in Petrolia. Saturday, February the 8th at 7:30 in Lucknow, and Friday, February the 14th at 8:30 in Petrolia. That series will be excellent, no question about it. The WOA Senior AA Men's League Hockey Playoffs are right around the corner, and I can't personally wait for them to get started. It all gets underway Friday, February the 7th. With the AA side and the A side, and we will see who comes out victorious on both sides of the coin. Andrew Rogers, voice of the Minto 81s, with your WOA preview show for the 2020 WOA Senior AA Men's League Hockey Playoffs.